reckless times, Clay. We are all doing impulsive things that we would never do otherwise.
I know.
I don't think you do.
I like it here. So do I.
It's unanimous.
Good. I know what unanimous means, even if I can't pronounce it too good.
It's the Al Travis Show. We've got him, Senator Rob Kupec, on the program. Happy President's Day to you, sir, for folks who don't see him on the radio. He has his Abe Lincoln T-shirt on with a, yeah, I like that. It's a good shirt. Happy President's Day, sir.
Happy President's Day.
You and I were going at it a little bit before we got on the air about President's Day. I'm totally against it. You know what I mean by that? I'm not celebrating our presidents so much, but back in the day, last Thursday was Abe Lincoln's birthday. That's my guy. Yeah. I'm not nothing against Washington, but Abe's my guy. But now we mush them all together and say, well, we'll get one day off somewhere in the middle, and it loses it for me. Now, what I'm suggesting is possibly your President's Day off. So Al declares it with his boss and says, Abe's my guy, so I get Abe's birthday off. Oh. If you're a Washington guy, boom. You take Washington Day, baby. You brought up Millard Fillmore. If, by possibility, you're him, find out when his birthday is and take it off. Isn't that a better, at least we're...
I'm going to look for a president who was born in the summer then and get an extra summer holiday.
Right around the 4th of July, make it a 5-day weekend if you can pull it off.
There you go.
Oh, wow. See, that's cheapening President's Day, my friend. Now you're trying to get around something, and I don't like it.
Well, this isn't, I was to take a long weekend. I don't know that February is when I want a long weekend.
Not bad. Here's the other thing. If we're going to do it the way we're doing it, everybody gets off Monday, everybody except working folks, as we're sitting here. If you're going to get it off, then I think each one has to be declared something. We hit Lincoln, we hit Washington all the time. But maybe whoever the current president is gets to declare the 4 presidencies, right? And this one would be Millard Fillmore Day.
There you go.
President's Day, but now at least the kids at school are going to go, what is Millard Fillmore? And then they'd have to learn about him, right? Does that make a little more sense?
No, I do. And I absolutely love learning about the more obscure presidents because every one of them, how they got to office, what they did, and they're fascinating individuals to kind of take, like even Millard Fillmore.
Yeah. And it was like, I don't know one thing he did. All right. So let's change President's Day. Now, you've got to start a session tomorrow. Yes. And do me this. Inside baseball stuff, because I think folks really want to know. So your caucus, the fine Democratic Party, DFLers are heading up there. Do you all get like Zoom calls together and kind of know when you get there tomorrow, when coffee and donuts are? Do you have a time when you get there and say, here's our 3 priorities, stay on the bus? What's it been like getting up to leaving tomorrow?
We have met. We've met a couple times. We've met a little in person, but mostly over Zoom, and not so much, about tomorrow. Tomorrow is a little bit more just performative. It's the first day of section, but we talk about because that we each chair has presented like what they think is going to be in front of their committee this session, and just because there's other committees, you always get kind of deep in your work, and like, that's going on in environment committee. We just talk about some of the big highlights I think going forward.
Is there ever and I presume it's the same for the other side. Maybe that's stupid to do that, but like last session, I think you guys had 7,000 bills that popped up. Some weird number like that. Maybe that's for biennium or
last biennium. Yeah.
Okay.
Biennium, we had a lot of bills, like a record-setting amount.
Yeah, but there's no reason to even pretend we need 7,000 new bills. Does anybody at the management say, guys, I think we're going to try to get 25 things done. If they're not the top 25, hold on to them. We'll work ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything to that? So you don't waste time is the wrong word because everybody's got a thing they want. But you get my point. Let's work on the things right now, starting on Tuesday, on what we can get done, and not the 6,984th bill that popped up.
Right. I mean, you introduce bills sometimes for various reasons. There are people that introduce bills because they're trying to make a statement and they want to say.
Yeah, but that's the point. Be management. Tell them no statements this year. We got enough going on.
Yeah, but it's I mean, it takes a little time on our nonpartisan staff, and then
time in committee to discuss it.
and they don't get discussed in committee. They don't see the light of day. There are states like my neighbor to the west that every single bill gets heard on the floor
See
in
that?
North Dakota.
But that's where they go to keep her small. They're not listening to 7,000. Just a better way.
No.
Okay. But as an example, what do you want to get done this year? You do actually have something you want to get done.
I do. I have, I have a list of things. Obviously, bonding, would be kind of way up there, high on the order. And there's a couple of other bigger agendas I'm working on. One thing,
what's needed up in your area in the bonding? What are you looking for up there?
well, we're still trying to finish up, flood control in
Okay.
Moorhead. We got the Red River diversion. We've got a couple things that legally we're supposed to do to finish that up. There's road projects, I think, in every single
Okay.
one of my little cities. Those are the big things. There's nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing strange, kind of what you would expect.
Okay.
One of the things, that I'm working on, this was last year, we're trying to trim the budget up a little bit, and the governor had a cut within Health and Human Services, taking people who get Medicare, Medicaid from Minnesota out, chiropractic service out of that. Um,
Okay.
and I worked with Senator Abler and Hoffman and Liskey, two
Mhm.
Republicans, two Democrats, and we put it back in the Senate bill because we said, you know what, you're not gonna save any money doing this because these
Yeah.
people are still going to be entitled to care, and instead of
Just
getting
not getting what they need.
chiropractor, they're going to go someplace else that's going to cost us more money. So why would you take away this? So it ends up in conference committee, and then we have a 1 day special session. Well, they had yanked it out. So like immediately, I think, in as we're a month and a half out from this hitting in January, first phone call, this little 82-year-old lady calls me up and she's like, I have such back pain. My chiropractor is the only one that, this is how
Makes
I
it
get
better.
through. And now I don't have, how am I going to pay for it? It's going away. And I'm like,
Wow.
you need to call the governor's office because I totally agree with that. So I have agreed to take this bill and run this bill and try to get it. It's not a budget year. It obviously has budget
Yeah.
implications, but I think if fiscally we can show that you're not saving any money here,
Yeah.
I believe is the case.
That money saving thing, excuse me from listening to it from my side of the thing, but we had the biggest budget ever in the history of forever, and we added $18 billion to the thing, and we couldn't keep the chiropractors on. My question to you is, I'm listening to this, who wanted it out? I presume chiropractors wanted it in. Hey, get us paid for the grandma who needs the thing. So is it like regular doctors want somebody? Why would the governor stick his head out and say, I don't want little old ladies getting chiropractic? Why would he do that unless somebody like doctors said, nah, we keep that money to ourselves?
I'll tell you about an email I got last week, and maybe this is why. So I got an email into my Senate inbox here from a guy who is a chiropractor, and he said, "Oh, do you think about joining the Republican Party? I see you're bringing this bill because chiropractic care is Republican care, it's conservative care." So I'm like, is this where we're at now? Is this part of it? I just think, I've used a chiropractor. I mean, I do some running. I've had a little, they were help me out, and
that is
I just
so funny.
think to me, it's care. If it's working for people and it's effective and it's low cost, why would you not give people that care?
That's a Republican
But
thing.
maybe
You must
that's-
fight it. You
but
must
that's
fight
the-
it if they think it's Republican. You must fight it. Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Everything Republicans think is right. I call them voodoo witch doctors. I mean this in the best possible way. I fell out of a truck working at UPS back in college days, and before I could get to the ground, I got my elbow down and just jarred the heck out of my back. And I'm a young college kid. It'll be fine. Didn't get fined in a couple of days, and the boss comes up and goes, "It's on your health insurance." I never had health insurance back then, so I went to the voodoo witch doctor. Snap, snap, snap. Does feel a little bit better. Next day, it felt really good. Pain kind of came back. Went back to him another day. Crack, crack, crack. Never went back. I love the voodoo witch doctor. Now, I don't think my bones just shift out. For me personally, I don't get all shifty out of shape that often.
Yep.
But when you need it, if that's the problem, it's okay. So that's the Republican thing. I must be. You're right. I'm a Republican and I like them.
If that's why the governor was like bent on going after it, I don't know. To me, I'm just I'm like, it's care that works. So
I need a list of the other things you all feel are just Republican stuff, because I think that's.
I didn't know that was the case. So I don't know.
Do you have the plastic bags at the Quick Trip? Is that? I don't know. I'd have to find out. We'll find out as we go. We'll make a list. Senator Rob Kupec on the program. We're going to talk with him on the other side. New stuff going on as you get into the Capitol. We'll talk about that and whether it's going to help. We've got him, Senator Rob Kupec, on the Al Travis Show.
Guys and Dolls, packed with comedy, romance, dazzling dance numbers, and unforgettable characters. This Tony Award-winning Best Musical takes you from the gritty streets of New York to the colorful cafes of Havana. It's a high-rolling musical spectacular everyone will love. Don't wait. Visit chanhassendt.com and grab your tickets today. Guys and Dolls, Chanhassen Dinner Theaters, always entertaining you.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
The Al Travis Show, the last place you can go and hear all sides. Respectful, thoughtful, and grateful.
I've got him, Senator Rob Kupec, on the program. I think it says DFL on most of his political literature and that sort of thing. But now I'm thinking, during that break, sir, you agree that chiropractic care is real care? That's a very Republican stance, my friend. I mean, now that I think about it, you're wearing an Abe Lincoln shirt on President's Day. That's our guy, buddy. That was our guy.
True.
So now I'm thinking you might just be a closet Republican. You can come out anytime, buddy, and let us know, because maybe you probably like bowling, and that would cinch it.
I do like bowling.
See, I think you might. There's an awakening coming for Senator Kupec. Oh, my goodness. I don't know why I went there. Oh, because the gun thing. Okay. So, obviously, tragedy went on last June, right? The Hortmans and the Hoffmans and the shooting. And that was going to be our conversation. If you remember, this is what so much goes on here. I think it was like a month later, Guy walked into the Capitol. Remember they found him in the Capitol, naked guy?
Yeah.
Naked guy. And just so you know, I'm holding up my key to the Capitol. For folks who can't see it, it's my rubber doorstop to the office here that keeps the door open when it's really hot. This is the key. He just put a doorstop in. He put a little piece of wood, got in. That's how we did this. So the security team gets together. Love this. Spent the summer. Spare no expense. Came up with this idea. Everyone going to the Capitol starting tomorrow, I presume that's you as well, have to go through a scanner. Your stuff, now they say you don't have to take your jacket and your shoes off, but your stuff will go through a conveyor belt, and they're going to find out where the guns are. I'm not saying that's necessarily not a brilliant idea, but this is where it gets weird to me. Things you can't have. Knives, explosives, little common sense. Blunt force objects like batons, no spray paint, caulk, or candles. That's, and I'll throw on that's for, of course, protest stuff. I would throw whistles and those megaphony things in there too. That would be me, just throwing it out there. But it didn't even ban the doorstop. You can't put you can put in your pocket, walk through that metal detector. You got a doorstop. I shouldn't tell people this. I'm helping plan the next. Do you feel like you're going to be safer? Why bring it up? It doesn't ban the gun. So you have a right to carry in Minnesota. I have a carry permit. If I wanted to, I could carry it in. Now, they'll know I have it, which I suppose is one step better than not. But the gun's still there and the doorstop. Do you feel more protected, sir? Are you good now?
I'm the more the gallery part is the part that I think is where you cannot bring a gun into the gallery.
Yeah.
And I think that's a wise safety decision up there for sure, because at times there's not, maybe there's a sergeant at arms up there. Occasionally there's a trooper, but not all the time.
How would they enforce that though? If Al, I'm just using me as I carry, because I have my carry permit. I go through. Yep. I got it on my back, my hip. I wander around, and then you guys are going to vote on a bill, and I want to go watch it in the gallery. Where could I put it? Are they going to have a key lock, something or other, that I could then? Yeah,
I don't know. I guess you wouldn't be able to go in. I mean, up into the gallery if you have. Because
I think someone's going to sue on that. I get the point, but someone's going to sue on that. Yeah,
maybe. I mean, there's every courthouse you can't go into courthouses and all carrying guns in Minnesota. I mean, you can.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And people can't put up. You put up signs. Weapons are banned on these premises in this spot.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think there's probably a way. I mean, that's the area I do think. That there is, some true worry and concern. I mean, and it's funny because, I also kind of a nerdy thing. I love when I'm in another state, if I'm in their capital, I like to go to their Capitol building.
See, you are a Republican. We like that stuff. We Republicans, I do the same.
Yeah. And it's, most of the other capitals I go to, you are not bringing weapons into the Capitol. Good old Indiana, which is not, a bleeding heart liberal state. Security was super tight. They weren't even in session, and security was super tight getting into the Indiana Capitol.
I don't have an issue with it. The difference being, and here's the difference. This is why you and I will be Republican buddies at some point. If you're going to take guns away at the Capitol, because again, in my opinion, gun-free zones bring knuckleheads with guns because no one can stop me. But at the Capitol, you have the state police and you sergeant at arms. You have people that can protect you, right? That's where my difference is with like schools. If you just say they're no gun zones, then bad guys can do bad things. So I'm not opposed to being in a gun-free zone, but only because then people with guns are there to protect you. Does that make any sense?
I can see that. There's some logic to your argument there.
See, you're coming my way, buddy. I tell you what, if I can get you to like Thanksgiving and the Super Bowl, you will be on the Republican ticket next time.
Who does not like Thanksgiving?
See, I knew you were a Republican. That's I'm just going off of me, things I love. And if you love the same things I do, you must be a Republican.
Food, it's got mashed potatoes. I'm there. Anything that has potatoes, I'm on board with.
Gravy's the best. Oh, man.
And it's a day to give thanks. I mean, it's kind of
it's kind of a Republican thing. I'm going to spend
I do understand my indigenous friends are not as keen on Thanksgiving for rightful reasons. I get it. Totally.
They were invited. They might not have liked it, but they were invited.
But the giving thanks part, I think, is worthwhile to just take stock of your life and go, okay, okay. things
I'm just going to write a list of things that I like, and then if you like them too, then I know you're a Republican. I just think this is funny.
This is a bad rumor to start, though.
Well, we're a welcoming side, buddy. You're more than welcome. I got to fly. Do me a favor, and I appreciate you coming on. I think you know that. I love having you on the program, and thank you for talking us through this. Go get them this year, sir. Go get them.
All right. Great. We'll report in next week.
Senator Rob Kupec on the Al Travis Show.
At LGH Wealth Management,